How'd he do? This is episode 34, 33.
Is it that high? Are we that high now?
Well, I mean, we did.
I don't know.
Last Tuesday, which were 31 and 32, I think.
Okay, so we're at 33.
So I'm thinking this is 33. I mean, fuck, man.
Scottie Pippen out here.
Yeah, we fuck these up weekly, so it doesn't matter. How you guys doing out there? It's the Humble Finessors.
Humble Finessors.
Back in that.
The world's most dangerous podcast.
Ear hole. World's most dangerous.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about peace and love, man. I don't have too much danger in me. You know what I'm
me
saying?
Too. I mean, for the establishment.
Oh yeah, we're out to get you. Yeah, we're gonna create something to overthrow all government.
Just kidding. I'm trying to get that bag. Illuminati, hit me up.
Yep.
I'm ready to push the agenda.
Why not? Yeah, you're ready to push the agenda. You know what I'm saying? You're acting like you're fucking 21 and fragile and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're out here old and old and fragile.
So that's how we're starting, huh?
That's how we're kicking it off.
That's how we're starting.
Well, you come over here with war wounds.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you might see that my whole shit is scraped up.
You're just out there taking scoofies.
You know, my little brother. I have a 13-year-old brother. Can't believe he's a teenager, but he's 13.
Watch Something or Other tour. You might, you know what I'm saying, get a whole eyeful of him.
Yeah, he's a recurring guest. He got a hoverboard for Christmas. He was messing with it. I said, hey kid, bring that little toy over here. let me get a go at her. And everything was fine. Like it's you know, they're pretty hard to, like, the learning curve is steep, but once you get it, it's like second nature.
Okay. But
like I didn't get it yet, and then I was Snapchatting. So I Snapchatted. This is the stupid thing. I Snapchatted. Everything went fine. Successful. And then I went to look at my phone to post the Snapchat. And right when I did that, there's like a big bump in the sidewalk.
Nice.
Hit the bump, and then the curbs in my neighborhood are like curved down. They're like ramps. They're not like edged curbs. So like it swiveled. You know what I mean? The hoverboard swiveled, went down.
Should have zagged?
Yes. Went right down the ramp. So it basically took my legs out from underneath me and like whiplashed me.
Okay. Oh, so you got whiplash. You're using those kind of words now.
No,
that's an old word.
It was whiplash? Just like... Well,
unless you're in a bad car accident, you know...
Well, it's hard to explain because it wasn't like I just like fell over. It was like it literally like launched me backwards. You know what I mean? Because I'm on the hoverboard and it went like sped up down the ramp and threw me back. And oh boy, it was a shock to the system. It was like, honestly, I've never felt anything like that in my life.
Yeah, see,
I've never felt that. Like, I've never been hit that hard. I've never fell that hard. Nothing. That was the hardest I've ever felt an impact.
Well, I'm not talking about not living outside of the realm of, you know what I'm saying, safety and things like that. Because, you know, I'd like to say I'm a thrill seeker. You know what I mean? But I'm not hopping on anybody's fucking hoverboard. You know what I'm saying? But fucking 35 years old.
I want to have a go at it.
I have no business on a kid's hoverboard. I mean... Sure, you know,
have a go at it,
sure, you know what I'm saying? When my ego's, you know what I'm saying, flustered, and you know what I'm saying, I'm pushed up against the wall. Who's to say what I wouldn't do? But
it was fun while it lasted.
You know, I mean, at a young, ripe age of, you know, 13, you're agile. You're like fucking Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember, like, when you're a kid, like, when it would be rainy and the field would be too muddy, so you'd play tackle football, like, on the asphalt? Like,
yeah.
Like, we'll just play on the basketball court and tackle each other.
Yeah, we just can't tackle that hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, it should happen like that all the time.
And now, dude, I can't even explain it. I literally thought I had a concussion at first.
Oh,
I landed on my, like, up here. Like, up on my shoulders, and my elbows hit, right? So I landed, like, I mean, it completely took my legs out from under me.
Yeah.
So my first instinct was... do I have a concussion? Did I just hit my head, right? And I couldn't tell at first because the impact was so, like, shocking that I couldn't tell. Like, literally, I went through, like, a 2-second checklist.
Okay.
It's like, head, okay. Back, okay. Elbows, they fucking hurt, but
Why
I don't think they're broken.
Why do you do that when you're old? When you're a kid, you hop up like, fuck, I just fucked myself off, and you walk it off.
Yeah.
When you're old, you're like... okay, let's go through the checkpoints. Is my head bleeding?
But it was a 2-second checklist.
Well,
and I got up and just started walking back and just played it off and told my brother, "Yeah, grab the hoverboard." And in my head, I'm just like, "Holy fucking shit! I almost died."
See, do you see what I mean when I say, after a certain age of not being, as
man, the thing is, once I feel better,
literally get back on.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Just keep going. Right?
Yeah.
You're
Why
old.
wouldn't I? I don't give a fuck.
Why would you be on a hoverboard, player? Like, what are you gonna ride the hoverboard to fucking 7-Eleven? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This doesn't make any sense.
It's for fun. I can't have a little fun.
Fuck, man. So you said that thing had a mind of its own and it just whipped you off? Yeah, I'm good. Like,
no,
you can't look.
It was because I looked down at my phone.
I understand.
If I didn't look down at my phone, it would have been fine.
I'm good, dude. I swear to God, when I was a fucking kid, I would have did a ninja kickflip off that shit and landed on my feet like a cat. You know what I'm saying?
It was fun, man.
No, I'm not. Plus, half the time I'm baked. What do I look like? But that's neither here nor there.
It was just.
I'm glad you dodged death, though.
Dude, I feel like if I would have hit my head, I would have died.
You might have cracked your skull wide open. Huh?
I hurt my neck pretty bad because I think when I landed, I instinctually kept my head up, which was good. But like it like pulled the muscles in my neck, I think. So I've been kind of like sore. I've been sore as fuck. I feel like I went 12 rounds with the champ. Off one fall. That's what getting old feels like.
This is the exact example of why I would stay off of a little hoverboard. But
whatever,
hey,
it was a good story.
No, I mean, fuck. But you earned a scoofy, and a stiff neck. No one wants that.
Yeah.
Cheers to you though, sir. I'm glad. Like I said,
right.
I'm glad you dodged death, and I'm glad you're doing a little bit more thrill seeking than I would at my ripe age.
Dude, it's just a hoverboard. It's not that thrilling.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I'm not into taking cheap risks. Some people are. I understand it.
Well, it's not. It's not like I was going down a ski slalom in the fucking hoverboard. I
might as well have
going
been.
down the sidewalk.
You might as well have been. You thought you did it. You did the health check to make sure you didn't have a concussion.
It was a 2-second check. It was like bow, 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 bow. Okay, get up, bow, and walk back. And I was like,
it was a check nonetheless.
Shit.
Don't try and lighten the load after you've already explained the story. And the look on your face. Me knowing you, it was a crucial drop, and it was either your ego that was smashed a little bit.
It was the biggest impact I ever felt in my life.
Or it was a hard hit.
It was a hard hit.
All right,
holy
so,
shit.
But teach his own on their thrills.
Anyways, so that started my weekend.
It's wonderful.
And then we got to the big day.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
That was
Eagles are champs.
It's outstanding.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah. It's fucking great. I can't
fun
believe
game.
it. I'm in fucking disbelief that it actually happened, but it did.
It was me.
But it did.
Yeah. It was just great, man. It was just great.
Shout out to our buddy Wade, Jimmy James.
Jimmy's been holding it down.
Huge Eagles fan, so he's ecstatic.
He's talking a gang of shit.
Yeah, he liked to come over here yesterday and actually was trying to relive it on my, on my TV. And I said, dog, it's not new and it's not old enough for you to be fucking replaying it already. And he's sitting there trying to talk me through the game. Like, dude, this is what's happening here and there. I'm like, dude, you're gonna ruin this for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already good with the fact that Tom Brady lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Tom Brady, but just the Patriots. Because there's something else that I'd like to add to this. But before I get there. This dude takes over my TV, right, and starts recapping the Super Bowl, but in his own way, right? And it's way too early. And also to you fans out there,
wait for the DVD to come out.
To you fans out there that in whatever sport that have your favorite team and they fucking win, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking outstanding. It's great. I'm glad you feel ecstatic for the accomplishment that your team made. But I'm gonna tell you what. God damn it, you gotta let that shit you gotta bury that one day. You can't live there forever. And there are some that will be just repeat offenders and just bring it up any chance they get. Fucking New England lost, Phillies won, great. But let's move along. Okay? Let's move on. There's no reason to.
I disagree. I'm not ready to move on. I'm still pretty over the moon about the whole thing.
No, I am too, but then the more people like the fans of it pounded that it starts to take away some of the nostalgia for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Act like you've been there before.
Right. Yeah, don't go burning down the whole city of Philadelphia because your team won. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out Meek Mill, man. His streaming number is about to be crazy this month.
Yeah.
That was dope. Like seeing all the videos and playing like Meek Mill music and everyone's going crazy.
That was a good time for the city. That was a good time for the city. But not the whole Meek part. You know what I'm saying? More or less just them winning the Super Bowl.
No,
I'm gonna give the congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, only on the strength that realistically they're only there on that stage because of the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So also, you know, they did their part by, you know what I mean, running out to the field with the Meek Mill. I know everybody heard it. Well, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. That was fucking dope. Y'all thought y'all was ready. You know what I'm saying?
That was dope. That was dope.
Let's
the thing is, no, I just feel like Meek's been holding it down for Philly. You know what I mean? He's been like the spokesperson for Philly. So it's just dope that the city embraced his music as part of the celebration.
That is dope.
Shit. I think that's dope. And the thing, I liked it too because when the Dreams and Nightmares intro came out, which is Meek's biggest song and an all-time hip-hop classic record. When that came out, I think it came out the week of what?
Nothing.
You want to
No, go ahead. No, I'm not going to say anything, dude. Go ahead.
Anyways, the week that came out, the Giants won the 2012 World Series.
Okay.
And
I could see why you'd feel you'd be tied into that a little bit.
Yeah, so I was at the Civic Center in San Francisco when they won.
Are we reliving something that I was just saying? Please don't.
I was connecting to that song.
To the 2012.
You won't let me fucking finish. I would have been done already if you would have let me finish. I was at the Civic Center watching the game on the big screen because they were playing in Detroit, going for the sweep.
See what I'm saying? This is the type of ridiculous shit.
That's because you led me there.
Ridiculous shit fans do.
Because you led me there.
All right.
Because you led me there. Because you have no loyalties. All right? You have no loyalties to your teams. You don't. Well, that's for a whole other podcast. No.
Let's wrap this up.
I was parked underneath the Civic Center in the parking garage, so I remember leaving the Civic Center and we were just playing that song like over and over. So it was like, I don't know, it was just cool to see that then for the hometown of Philly, like doing the same thing I did. You know what I mean? It was just cool personally. Like, okay, man, I remember celebrating a championship, slapping that song. You know what I mean?
Great.
Yeah, and that was only the second one because 2 years later...
It made you somewhat feel...
2 years later, we won another one.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
And then right after that, the Warriors won one.
They did.
And then 2 years later, they won another.
Okay. It's wonderful. See, I'm just not one of those fans.
I know.
I am a fan of single players, whole teams. You know what I mean? I like to love AKA bullshit fan. I like to love let love, you know, roam around.
Bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna tell you what, I'm not gonna just hound dog it and beat it on down. It's like almost like in sports, what have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? Like you won the chip, God damn it, we're in the next year. You ain't did shit. Let's see about it. Do you know what I'm saying? But to each his own.
Yeah, but it's only been a week. You know what I mean? It's their first ever.
No.
You know what I mean? No. Let them have their moment.
No, they're gonna, no. Like I said, Jimmy has his moment still. But I was just telling them to like, don't be one of those guys. It takes a low man to consistently bring up a Super Bowl win whenever it just fits their. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know. Yeah. But whatever the case is, moving along.
Anyways, so
shout out to Nick Foles. Nick Foles. MVP of the Super Bowl.
That was dope, man.
Outrageous.
That was dope. I think we mentioned on this podcast before that I like Nick Foles. He's just super inconsistent, but for the most part, I've wanted him to do well.
Yeah, no,
when he's on, he's fun to watch. He's a great quarterback.
When he's on, yeah,
when he's on. So it's like,
so is he traded
when he torched the Raiders for 7 TDs?
Is he traded next year? We don't have to bring this up.
What? How does that happen? I'm not.
I know. I'm just.
That has nothing to do with my teams.
No, go ahead.
That has nothing to do with the 5 Super Bowls we won. No. I mean, I guess so, right? He has to be, right? I mean,
is he going to be a backup?
He's going to be a Philly legend. Nah, I think he got a starting job off this.
But he started already. He went to Kansas City and started.
Yeah, but this brought him back. You know what I mean?
This brought him back?
He won a Super Bowl. That's enough.
But he came back to Philly because he liked the system.
Do you think... Yeah, no, I definitely see that. I don't think he wants to leave. I think he would want to stay in Philly.
And be the backup.
No. I don't think so.
Then how does it?
I don't look. This is the thing. I think maybe he would be okay with being the backup,
Right.
personally, but I don't think Philly will keep him as a backup because they can get something for him. They could at least. They might even be able to get like a second rounder for him right now. At least, like, you know what I mean. So it's like
I wouldn't want draft picks. I want to trade somebody on.
I think Philly would want draft picks.
Like
I could see that, but I think Philly would take draft picks right now. I think they would want draft picks, but yeah, I mean, I think there's enough starting jobs that
he could definitely land one.
There's still a few teams up in the air.
Right.
Denver's up in the air.
Right.
Most people think they're gonna go after Cousins now.
Yeah.
Now that we didn't even talk about that. Alex Smith's now Redskin.
Yeah, that's crazy. We didn't talk about that. Yeah.
So
how do you feel about that?
I was bummed, man. I was bummed. Because like, you know, like with Alex Smith, I kind of adopted the Chiefs as my AFC team.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. Like I had fun rooting them on in the AFC.
Right. No, they were a far better team than the Redskins.
Yeah, they had the rivalry with the Raiders right across the bay, so I could go to games. Like,
yeah.
It was cool to have another team in another conference, you know what I mean, that I felt invested in. And I really liked the team. I thought it was a great fit for Alex Smith. And now it's like, you know, if he was going to a similar situation, but it's like he's going into a team that doesn't want him. The fan base is like, we're getting rid of our franchise quarterback who's younger. You know what I mean? For Alex Smith, older, like 4 years older.
Well, what's his name was already out of the door, though. Cousins was already, I think, because he's going to make a lot of money this year, and they just didn't want to pay him that.
Yeah,
He's gonna make a lot of
I'm
money.
talking about the fan base, though. The fan base thought, oh, yeah, Cousins is our guy. So they thought we're going to throw money at Cousins. That's what
Cousins
everyone
doesn't look like he's year to year, dude. Like,
no, but if you look, like I was reading online, Redskins fans were like
bitter.
Sideswiped. Like they were like, what the fuck? Like we're not paying Cousins? Like what the fuck? Like they are shocked. So it's like,
well, heads up to the Redskin fans, dude. Fucking, he's way better. Alex Smith is way better than Kirk Cousins.
I don't know, man. Cousins did a lot with nothing, and he's younger. You know what I mean? And Alex Smith's my favorite player, so I'm not gonna say he's trash or nothing like that. I'm not saying.
Well, he's only done it with the running back, though. He needs a running back.
Yeah,
the Redskins don't have.
The Redskins don't have the same weapons. Like, it just sucks. It bums me out when an era ends.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a team I'm into or whatever, if it's just a team I like watching, and that era ends, it still kind of like bums me out. But then this, I'm kind of invested because I love Alex Smith, but not seeing, you know, Alex Smith to Travis Kelce anymore, and the Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill season they just had was like, it was so much fun to watch. So like not seeing that, it kind of bums me out.
They just got the rookie fucking running back. I mean, who do they plug in there now then? Oh, they got Mahomes, right?
Yeah, Mahomes is their guy. They're going all in on Mahomes.
He looked good. Remember I was saying
he does look good, but he's gonna crash and burn, and they're gonna be like, "Fuck,
crash and burn."
We should have kept one more year.
He's not gonna crash and burn. I think he's gonna do exactly what Alex Smith did, maybe even better.
We'll see.
You know,
we'll see.
Dude, the last game of the season, he fucking tore shit up.
It was the last game of the season.
They weren't playing anybody.
It's a little different.
They weren't playing anybody going to the fucking playoffs.
Let's get back to the Niners here. Jimmy G just signed the biggest deal in the NFL.
We weren't even talking about the Niners. How about Tom Brady winning that fucking MVP again?
That was stupid.
Let's segue into
that. Was Carson Wentz's MVP.
Let's go into that.
He got hurt.
So it was Carson Wentz's, huh?
It should have been, but he got hurt.
It wasn't Todd Gurley's.
That might have been.
I mean, Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Todd
the
Gurley
only reason why Jared Goff was able to do what he did with those wide receivers is because Todd Gurley was a threat everywhere on the field.
Kareem Hunt should have been Rookie of the Year.
It's a fact. Who got that?
The dude from the Saints. The running back from the Saints. What's his name?
No, Kamara should have won that. I was wrong.
No.
I
Kareem Hunt. He was the yardage leader.
He wasn't a dual threat like
he was.
Alvin Kamara. No, he wasn't.
He was. Anyways,
I'd like to.
Jimmy G is now the highest paid player in the NFL. Though? Jimmy G is now the highest paid player in the NFL right now, as of right now. So I'm excited. My first thought was like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of money." And then my second thought was, "Shit, I'm not paying it. Who the fuck cares?"
How much money is that?
He's making like $27 million a year.
Good luck. Good luck to you, Niner fans.
I mean, he is undefeated.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's undefeated. You guys got an undefeated guy worth $27 million a year. I hope you guys do a lot with him. I hope fucking you put some wide receivers around that dude. I hope fucking...
The division is ours. We're going to take out the Rams. That's the only threat. Seahawks are finished. Cardinals are finished.
Seahawks ain't finished until Pete Carroll's gone. You've lost your mind.
Seahawks are finished, friend.
I respect you. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to dive completely in on the fact that they gave him $27 million a year. Yeah, hasn't done anything, but that's cool though.
But the thing is, he's getting it now because it would have been even more next year.
Okay, well, it would have been better next year because then we could see more out of him. I don't think 5-6 games is enough to determine if somebody's worth $27 million a year.
Yeah, but, it's definitely a gamble. Me. I'll give you that. You know it's a gamble.
But then again, he did come from under the greatest quarterback of all time,
and he took a 1-9 team. Was it 1-9 or were we 1-? No, we were 1-10, right? Yeah, he 1-10, and he won 5 straight. The thing is, no, I give you, it's a gamble.
He learned under the greatest quarterback of all time.
And the greatest coach of all time, too.
Yeah, that could be argued.
No, that can be argued. I was going to say...
Across all sports or just NFL?
Just NFL.
Just NFL, yeah. He's probably the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Across all sports, it could be argued.
I'm biased, but I would say Walsh, he just doesn't have the longevity.
Yeah.
If Walsh would have stuck around, then maybe it could have been Walsh. But Belichick has all the accolades.
Has to be a previous Niner coach. Has to be.
Well, yeah, they did change the game. Bill Walsh did change the entire NFL.
Did he really?
Yeah. If you see the coaching tree, most success is under Bill Walsh's.
Ooh. I'm sure if I had a rebuttal, I'd probably try and debate it, but I don't.
You don't?
Because I don't really care. But I would like to also, you know what I'm saying, give my proper respect to Tom Brady, the MVP winner. All right. That motherfucker threw for 505 yards.
Yeah. It was crazy because watching the game, it didn't seem like they were putting up that amount of yards.
Yeah, it did to me.
And then all of a sudden in the third quarter, they're like, oh, this is like the most yards of all time in the Super Bowl. I was like, what?
Who throws up 505 yards? Whether it was thrown all of it thrown or combined if he scrambled, which I don't think I've seen him scramble.
No, he didn't.
But 505 yards and lose?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You, sir, are a monster. Rob Gronkowski, 117 yards, 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Nobody on the wide receiver or the tight end staff had under 100 yards if you started the game. That's savage. I get proper respects to the dude who lost. Just keep it 100% real. I dislike the New England Patriots. I dislike Tom Brady. I dislike their fans. I dislike everything about them. Yeah. But God damn it if I can't respect it.
Yeah.
God damn it if I can't respect it. I can't run around here lying to people, acting like he isn't what he is. That's an MVP championship caliber quarterback greatest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Montana's the greatest, but
show me the highlights where Montana threw up 500 plus yards.
It's a different era.
Safeties
were allowed to take your head off back then.
Okay, sir. Well, whatever the case is,
linebackers could helmet to helmet the quarterbacks back then.
So how many Super Bowl wins does Montana have?
He's 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
4-0 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, as opposed to 5-3.
Yeah. So if we're weighing it off, jewelry, then Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. You know what I'm saying? 5 Super Bowl rings. You know what I mean? Same team. You know what I mean? Dude, he's out of this world, bro.
No, he is. He's top 3.
Everyone knows me to not like Tom Brady, but I'll tell you what, what that man does consistently year after year after getting his number one wide receiver taken out of the fucking before the season even started, right? It was the fucking preseason, wasn't it? Julian Edelman, he was out, right?
I think it was preseason.
Yeah. To having just your tight end, Chris Hogan, and Danny Amendola, and you're doing shit like that, and you make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is the thing. We already talked about
this. If there's
this,
anybody that could do that like that, it wasn't Joe Montana. Montana had.
We already talked about this.
Joe Montana had fucking all-time players.
Yeah, I said this before. Like Tom Brady, as great as he is, the system is probably the greatest of all time too, and that it's just enough to knock him down a couple pegs. That's all. You know what I mean? Like the system is so great that you can plug in whoever, and that's why you see success of backups when Tom Brady's out. There's still success there. So it's like
not that kind of success, bro.
No, I know he's still great. I'm not saying. See, this is the thing. I'm not jumping to extremes here. Because he's still great. He's just down a couple pegs because of the system.
We had backups that started last season when he was out, though. Right? He had to start that suspension, right? Mm-hmm. That really didn't do. I think they went 4-1 out of 5 games or something like that.
Yeah,
but they really didn't do like anything to really win those games. Not the quarterbacks. It was other play. It was defensive play last year.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
The system's great.
Okay.
I'm just saying
it's still one man throwing that fucking pigskin. And all I'm saying is
this is the thing though. You're taking it like I'm saying he's trash. I'm not. He's still one of the greatest of all time.
I didn't take it like you said.
You are saying it.
I didn't say that. I'm just debating it. I'm just debating it, making sure.
I'm just saying
I get my point across. I'm saying the greatest quarterback.
The system is so good
to throw a pigskin.
The system is so good. It just knocks him down a couple pegs. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
That's opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
What about the halftime show? You had some thoughts on that?
No, Justin Timberlake. Just he, I don't know. Fuck, if it's not Justin Timberlake and Janet, he just shouldn't have even been on the stage. But I
tweeted that. No Janet's nipple. This shit is trash.
Yeah,
all right.
I agree. I agree.
You know what I mean? I will always respect Justin Timberlake. Not only is he a fantastic musician, but he showed me Janet's nipple. I will
show the world.
I will always thank him for that.
Everyone's indebted. We all
that was
thank you.
As a young man, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
I had wanted to see Janet's nipple for quite some time.
Yeah,
and Justin made it happen.
Yeah, my only gripe about the whole thing is if they're gonna blackball the person whose nip slipped, right? Then maybe you should blackball the person who ripped the pasty off of the nip. Maybe not. Well, maybe you know what? Hey, you know what? Invite him back and tell him he can't have her as a part of his halftime show. And you know what? Let him do a tribute to Prince, because Prince would have been real cool with that. He would have loved it. I doubt it, but who knows? I don't know these guys. Maybe they have a relationship outside of all of this, and maybe maybe Prince mentored him. I don't know this, but I'm not sure if did Prince ever do a Super Bowl halftime show?
Yes, he did one of the best of all time. Yeah,
I fuck man, I'm behind.
He did Purple Rain in the Rain. You don't remember that? That was like probably my favorite halftime show of all time. Yeah,
man, I'll have to rewatch.
You probably remember it when you see it.
I probably watched it while it was going on, but I wasn't. My interest in football halftime shows was very limited.
Yeah, I don't really even care.
That's usually my time to go outside and smoke my doobie.
Yeah, that's usually the time for the girls to giggle and be little girls and look who it is. Yeah. The women.
No, the women,
usually guys don't care about the halftime show.
I don't put too much into it. I don't think. I just think it's kind of a full kind of a slap to the face of Janet Jackson of her greatness.
Look, I love Janet Jackson. I own every Janet Jackson album. I fucking love Janet, but she hasn't done anything lately to warrant the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
I don't even need to dignify that with an answer. That is fucking Janet.
What is she
fucking Jackson? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Don't you ever.
I get that, but
don't you ever.
But they try to get someone current with an album out. That's what they try to do.
I'm going to tell you a secret right now.
I don't agree with that.
The fastest way to find yourself out of the circle of trust between me and you is say something bad about the fucking Jacksons. We're not going to do that on this podcast.
I love the Jacksons.
We're going to respect them.
I love the Jacksons, friend. I love the Jacksons. I'm just saying
He's getting me all ruffled.
They want someone with the current album out. You know what I mean? That's what they're looking for.
Well,
and they obviously the record labels probably tell them,
I think
let's do this.
She's like the highest paid singer, female singer in like the world. Her tours make a lot of money. They generate.
Yeah, I love Janet.
You know, they feed the masses. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's just. You know, it's wild. The only reason why it's wild to me is because the only thing I would question, and what I question, I mean, I fucking smoke pot, dude. I sit back sometimes and I think about things I probably shouldn't be worried about, but is the fact that, okay, if you know, again, you know, if he's gonna do the Super Bowl halftime again, right?
Yeah.
Like, and they kind of made it clear to him that he couldn't have her, you know, on the show with him.
Did they make it clear? Is that
I think that's they made that clear. I think that was like his idea. You know what I'm saying? And they shut that down. This is all
I
the words of you know what I mean, like social media and stuff like that. Yeah. Twitter was banging on him. Twitter was banging on Justin Timberlake.
But I had some things to say about that.
If you're gonna do that, then and they tell you specifically you can't have this person in there, they're gonna blackball her. If he was really about that, then he would have been like, well, then you can't have me either.
Yeah.
You see what Bruno posted?
No, I didn't.
He said, because Super Bowl next year is in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. He wanted all the Atlanta acts.
Yeah, he said it's only going to cost you $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, anybody that wouldn't pay for a Bruno Mars fucking Super Bowl show is fucking ridiculous.
They better get Gucci out there.
He's for the city, right? That's his city. Jeezy.
Drop Top Wizop. Like, you better get Gucci out there.
Yeah,
NFL.
It would only be right.
Yeah,
I mean, there's too many to name that they should have
the whole medley.
Collaborate.
It'd be like the Welcome to Atlanta remix.
Before any of those cats are subjected to be on the Super Bowl next to Bruno, I would say Andre 3K deserves his spot before.
Oh yeah, he said Outkast, but the thing is,
you know what I mean?
Outkast was offered a Super Bowl in like 2004, and Andre said no.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe times have changed. Andre's, you know, went through his. You know, his colored past, and now he's, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. You know what I mean? But hey, man, you know,
that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, it's fucking stupid. By the way, Twitter, outrage Twitter, like they jump onto these issues that aren't fucking. They don't demand attention.
Is that what you were just checking on your phone?
Sort of. But like the Justin Timberlake thing, like really, like that's what you're spending your brain power on. Like that's what you're worried about. That's your big battle. That's your big cause.
So that's their opinion. And like I said earlier, opinions like that, so everybody's got them. So like,
it's
why not?
Fine. It's fine having an opinion.
You have the platform to spit it out there.
I'm talking about outrage Twitter and how they look around for shit to get outraged about, and they all jerk each other off.
We have a whole episode dedicated to outrage culture, dude.
Yeah.
But you know, we've already
mulch over this again.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's fucking stupid with the amount of shit going on in the world right now, and Justin Timberlake is your big thing. You didn't like he had elk on his shirt.
So PETA? We're talking about
he's racist. No, because they're saying, he went full white type shit, right? And let the jokes fly. I'm all for the jokes. I think I even made a joke about it. But like the people actually outraged, like, oh my God, it's just the halftime show. You know what I mean? Like Trump's trying to set up a military parade like this is North Korea. And you're worried about Justin Timberlake at the halftime show?
He already said that was his idea when he was running, though. He said he liked the whole thought of, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying there's some crazy shit going on, and you're worried about Justin Timberlake.
That's the mind
at a halftime show.
That's the span in people's mind they have, dude. It's one subject to another. But that's the problem with social media, as we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
you can't stay focused to one topic because you jump all around.
And they jump on to easy targets and easy topics.
Sure.
And pop culture shit that doesn't really matter. Like,
well, we do too.
Stop.
You know, we fucking talk about shit.
You can talk about it. Let the jokes fly. Especially jokes are fun. Yeah. But like, there's literally people like it's like they want to march in the streets because Justin Timberlake did a Prince tribute.
Oh, I didn't hear about
it was
march in the streets.
It was stupid.
But you know, the whole halftime show. You're right. It's all for, you know, the celebration of Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I at one point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more into the funny commercials than I am, the actual Super Bowl itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all sat through some lame ass Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, unfortunately, we grew up having to watch the fucking Patriots every fucking year.
Yeah, well, that's why it's, boring Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this one was cool. I like the fact that Philly won. That's
it was great. It was great. Yeah. Is that a bow on that one? We good?
You want to tie it up?
We're done. I guess we're done on that topic.
Sweet.
Super Bowl was great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there was something else on your plate that you wanted to touch on. Do I have to pull out the text, or do you have?
Was it
Because there's something.
Oh, we didn't talk about Kevin Hart trying to get on stage.
Kevin Hart, if you don't go sit your drunk ass down somewhere, what?
That was so funny,
bro.
I saw it when it happened live. I was like, dude, look at Kevin Hart trying to get on stage.
Dude, did you see the picture of the undercut when he's looking like?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, like, and he sent a Snapchat or Instagram out post, and he said, "Fuck, I just want to find out who took this picture." Because I mean,
dude, that shit was funny.
Yeah, no, that was fucking.
Yeah,
great.
I saw a video of him like in one of the suites dancing.
Yeah,
and it was like right after the game. I'm like, dude, how did you get to the field so fucking fast to get denied?
You must have just hopped on a fucking freight elevator or something like that.
Yeah, did you zip line down to the field? Like, what the fuck did you do?
Parachute down and shit?
Yeah, it was like weird. I was like, damn, I wish I could know like
the
time frame.
You know what's crazy,
it was like
though?
right after the game.
You wouldn't? If you were in his shoes, you were like that.
You might as well try. Yeah, that's your first Super Bowl.
Let me up there. I might even cause a little bit more ruckus than I should have. Yeah. But I might have been like pushing the bouncer.
That security guard was twice his size. So.
Well, fuck, man. At his size, you know what I'm saying? His stature, fuck that, man. You know what I mean?
That was funny, man.
That was hating.
Time.
It was a lot of cock blocking right there.
That was just a great moment in pop culture.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the laugh.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks for the laugh.
That was great.
It's fucking it was fucking hilarious, dude.
So then, what else happened this week? We've been we're a little late this week. To me, the biggest news, I think the greatest thing, is a miracle in human achievement. The Falcon Heavy rocket launch.
Yep.
It was making me tear up watching the stream. I know most people probably don't care, but it was a huge, significant moment in human history.
Yeah.
It was the first time a private company sent a heavy payload into outer space.
Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? Part of me, I don't know if it's just like, it's just that human part of me, like I want to hate on him. Like I want to hate on him and Tesla and, you just hate like the rich people. It's kind of like, it's just inherent. But like, he just does dope shit. Like, he just does dope shit. I can't hate on him.
So he's genius.
He really is. I mean, he's like, because I keep thinking, is he an evil genius? Like, what's the game? You know what I mean? But like, so far it's been all really cool shit. And if people don't understand, like, this is the first successful test to send a heavy payload to space, which means, huge leap to private space travel. Huge leap to one of their biggest plans for this type of thing is basically doing what nuclear missiles do. So if you don't know, nuclear missiles don't just fly through the air at their target. They actually fly straight up into space, let Earth rotate, and then basically fall on the target. So that's what they're trying to do with these rockets. So basically you could fly from, the United States to Paris in like 29 minutes. So that's like their ultimate game plan. Is you basically take this rocket to space down to Paris, and you can make it to Europe in 29 minutes. That's one of their plans. And then so he actually put his personal Tesla Roadster as the heavy payload. Had a live stream. It was fucking unreal. Like it was just so the Tesla is on its way to Mars. So the live stream cut out after a couple hours because it got too far. But it's on its way to Mars. I think it's going to orbit Mars. And they're saying, unless something happens to it, it'll be orbiting for like billions of years.
Nice.
Which is fucking insane.
Orbiting Mars.
I believe it's orbiting Mars. Yeah.
Okay.
So like
somebody said the moon, but
no, it's going to Mars. So like, I think it does like, I'm no scientist, but it does like a one orbit around Earth, sort of like rubber band.
Okay.
And then they timed it so like Earth and Mars were, I think, nearby on their trips around the sun, so that it could sort of jump into Mars's orbit.
They've
crazy
already been like the head of like launching satellite programs and shit. Like they've been doing that shit for
SpaceX, Tesla, shit. Yeah, it's like they're definitely the furthest along of all the private space programs. Because there's been others like Richard Branson's. I don't know if
somebody said that he's.
I don't know if that's
he's
the
like
same.
Pretty much taken over.
It's like, Virgin Galactic or some shit.
Not the funding for NASA, but
like, Elon.
Yeah, they see he's pretty much.
I think they're probably like working together.
Yeah, I think like most of the funding provided for NASA, because the government's always cutting NASA's funding and shit.
Yeah.
Is through Elon Musk's program. So that's fucking dope.
It was fucking crazy, man. That's another like. It just made me feel like such a piece of shit. Like they did this cool live stream, so they had like all the scientists and everybody like in basically a watch party while they were launching.
Yeah.
And they did a live stream, and it was hosted by this lady, African American young lady, engineer.
Yeah.
Worked on I can't remember her exact title, but some big shit with this rocket. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking dope. Like
nice.
And then these young engineers, they look like they're in their 30s at most.
It's like some Hidden Figures shit, huh?
Yeah, it was dope. So it was like that's definitely someone that should be championed, I think.
Yeah. How you ain't shit because of this?
Because like I'm not doing shit, and these people are sending a Tesla to Mars. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just here talking shit to you guys.
You also don't have $1 billion to play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean. I'm not saying I should own it, but I'm not even part of the team.
No, the first thing I was going to say was what when you said all the scientists sitting around. I was going to say what you were fucking supposed to be one of the scientists standing around there. That's why you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but like if you watch the live stream, the whole room, they all looked young. It was like young techies and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, damn, you guys.
What do you see out here, dude? It's all
like,
fucking
It's just crazy
mid-20s.
Like they're fucking changing the world. Like that was. I barely saw anyone I know talking about it, which is sad to me. It makes me kind of depressed. But, like, that was such a giant moment in human history. Like, the fact that one of the biggest things about these rocket launches that is a huge leap in technology is they can reuse them. So they basically
just have a whole bunch of space junk floating around or anything like that?
Yeah, and it costs way less because they can reuse it. Because usually before all the rockets, they were done. Like you use everything once and that's it. But they basically put 3 rockets together, right? Because they needed all that power. The 2 rockets on the outside had been used before already. And then not only that, the most amazing shit to me was as they go up, the 2 outside rockets fall off, right?
Okay.
And then the middle rocket keeps going into outer space. The 2 other rockets that fell off came back autonomously.
Parachuted back.
No, was still powered. Came back and like a drone landed on 2 landing pads.
Really?
Yeah.
It's you know what?
Insane.
You know what? Actually, somebody was talking to me about that. Yeah, I heard that.
It was fucking insane. And then the third one landed on a barge, like a floating launch pad out in the ocean.
Nice.
Because the other 2 were able to land. I forgot where, because they took off from the Kennedy Space Center, which is in Florida. The 2 rockets landed at another space center, I think, maybe in Texas or something like that. But the third one was too far because that one had to keep going to launch the rest of the shit all the way to Mars. But that one came back and landed at in a barge out in the middle of the ocean.
So Elon Musk for president then, huh? He's got your vote?
I mean, I would vote for him, but it's like,
I won't vote for him, but,
based on the alternatives. But I dig it. I probably wouldn't vote for him in the primary.
Oh, you know what?
But if he was the main candidate, then I would have to.
Before I forget this, so there are already people pretty much coming out from Philadelphia talking about fuck the president, we're not going to see him. So what do you think about that?
I'm with that. Know what Chris Long, he's fucking dope.
Yeah, Chris Long, but he's already been doing dope shit, dude. He's fucking donating his whole check for the whole year and shit. He's fucking a standout. Not to say that he didn't already come from, I mean, look at this Howie Long, dude. That's like one of the faces of football and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's fucking kind of. I mean,
I love it.
That would be a hard place to sit, dude. Because like if you as far as you making the decision not to, which is everyone's right to not have to go and visit some fucking bigot ass president, but not going in any circle that you may need that kind of connection to, maybe to take the next step in your career. Who's to say? I'm just saying, like, your door's closed.
Like if they wanted to play for the Patriots.
Yeah, that's exactly. You know what I mean? No, if that, I mean, not just saying football. You know what I mean? But like that would pretty much, your door's closed. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people that are.
But that, I get that. But I mean,
I'm not. I wouldn't go either. But I'm just saying. I don't think
like, it's. I don't think it's. Even if some doors closed, it's not enough doors to. You got to think. Still,
I would. You know why I would think about it? Because I want to go and ask him. Is this a front?
I would go and do something. Like I would go and demonstrate.
Right? No.
That's what I would.
No.
I think that's what I would.
I'd really want to ask him. I mean, is this? Are you fronting right now? Is this a front? Are you being completely honest with the bullshit that you put out on Twitter? Are you being 100% honest, or is this a front?
I literally. I would go. I mean, say if I was a star player enough to like speak or something, I would definitely go and be like, I wish we could have visited when we had an actual, decent president and not this fraud over here. Yeah. And then, then the Secret Service probably tackle me at that point.
Well, Quincy Jones used to date Ivanka Trump.
I saw
and
that.
He said
that was a crazy interview, man.
He said her dad's a crazy motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Called him all the same things I just said. He's a bigot. He's fucking. He said, but according to how he kind of put it, he said it's kind of like a front, in that he's really.
I think he probably plays it up. Yeah.
In pretty like to entice your like his following. You know what I mean? Like his racist.
His uneducated fucking idiots.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would, if I given the opportunity, I would ask him, dude, are you racist? Is what you put out there, is that like real? Be honest. I ain't shit, so you could lie to me. But like, and you can usually judge someone's response if they're being genuine or if they're fucking, you know what I mean, lying to you. Yeah. But like, I would just want to know, like, is this a front? Like, are you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I would just say something.
Do you really respect the agenda of maybe having a race war?
I would do something.
No, but like, do you think are you okay with people, wanting a race war based off of your, you know what I mean? What you spit out there.
He definitely is, because he's sheltered. He's been sheltered by his money his whole life. Like, he doesn't know. You know what I mean? Nothing really affects him because he still is sheltered with money.
People put on fronts, though, player.
Did you watch that Dirty Money thing on Netflix yet?
Dirty Money. No, I didn't.
It's a new documentary. You got to check that out. Each episode, one's about Volkswagen, some fuck shit. But I think it's only like 5 episodes, but the last episode's about Trump and Trump Enterprises.
Right.
It was a good documentary.
Yeah,
it'll piss you off, but let's not talk about Trump, man.
Yeah, no. The only I know
it was a good point.
I just don't know if
I would go and I would protest. I would go and be like, this is a dark day in America.
Well, no, but that's the thing though. Given the opportunity to stand up there with the president and maybe ask him a question, or God forbid they gave me a mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. If they gave me a mic, it'd be bad.
But that's what I'm saying. But to go onto that platform and point out some things that are on your mind, but really just ask the question, like, dude, are you fucking putting on? I mean, this could be one of the I don't know. I don't know the guy personally. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know,
I would get up there and be like, I wish we would have won a couple years ago, so we could have met a real president.
Oh God, dude. But I mean, this happens all the time, though, dude. Like, you know, presidents aren't as liked, and people skip meeting the president all the time. Tom Brady did it. He didn't go meet Obama.
Yeah.
He didn't go meet. He didn't go meet Trump either, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like. You know, it's not something shocking to me.
That would suck too, because like the White House visit is such a cool part of like winning a championship. You know, like personally, so it would suck then to like win when Trump's president. Like
the other thought about it though, about actually going, if I were, you know, a 350-pound defensive lineman that's black with dreads, would to just be there. Because like the thing that I think about, you know, racists and racism is they don't like being around it, right?
Yeah.
So far be it from me to not take the opportunity to ruin their day.
Yeah.
By being there, smiling in their face, drinking their Corona Lights. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like maybe that would be all the moxie I needed to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna go just to, you know what I'm saying? Just shit on their parade. Maybe I get obnoxious.
I would for if there was a public thing where I could do a public demonstration, I would say something to discredit Trump, you know. But if it was just like one-on-one, no cameras around, nothing like that, I wouldn't shake his hand, and I'd just be like, you must have the smallest dick. just look, don't even, just keep a straight face, be like, you are a fucking clown.
Yeah, no,
you must have the smallest fucking dick.
There's you know,
I would not shake your hand.
Right.
Donald.
Keep
moving down the fucking line.
No, but you know,
I came here to see the fucking paintings in the Oval Office.
Right. No, but fuck, dude. You know, you gotta, you know, get comfortable with discomfort. And if that's a discomfortable, situation, I'd like to, you know.
Yeah, no, I would definitely.
Or if it's a comfortable situation, I'd like to make it discomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know, so
fuck the guy, huh?
Yeah, it is what it is. It was just something that ran through my mind. Like, you know, fuck. I wonder how many Philadelphia Eagles show up to go visit Donald Trump. What's it going to be, like 2? After Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins fucking rallied the troops, there's going to be like 2. One of them's going to be Nick Foles. Riley Cooper's
not on the team anymore, guys.
You know what I mean? He might as well be. The fucking owner is all about that shit. What is the owner going to do about the people that aren't going to the fucking... It's
just going to be the owner.
No. Wouldn't you say, though, you know, the owner told the Philadelphia Eagles, you know what I'm saying, better not, none of you guys fucking not stand for the, you know, national anthem.
Did he say that?
Yeah. He pretty much threatened his team and told them, like, you won't start. You know
I thought Chris Long was kneeling.
Yeah, but they all stopped.
Oh.
They all stopped. But my only thing with that is with him saying, okay, you know, you have to stand for the national anthem. You know, I wonder how gung-ho he is to his players about going to meet the president. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I would think that kind of goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much the most powerful man in our eyes. You know what I'm saying? In the United States, and you got players that were told to stand for a national anthem, but it's okay to say fuck the president. I'm not going to go visit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder how much he's tweaking behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Or this might be fucking. I bet it's fucking heavy on his head, dude. He might lose some ties if his players don't show up, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a billionaires boys club. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they all got ties to each other and shit. They're all going to need each other's pat on the back one day. So it's like, fuck, your whole team didn't come to the fucking White House? Goddamn, dude, you must not be for us because you don't have those Negroes in check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Yeah. So how about this Black History Month, speaking of Negroes? You know?
What about it?
Fuck, man, we had a potluck today at work, dude. It was fucking outstanding.
Oh, yeah. They threw you a bone. Hey,
little
pat on the head. Here you go.
Well, no, you know, hey, man, we earned it, man. You know what I mean? The whole crew. No. But it was funny because we're sitting there. We bring some things to eat. I stopped at Panda and grabbed like one of those fucking a la carte.
Damn, you went all out, huh?
No, just the fucking chow mein. It's fucking $16, player.
Just kidding.
Are you kidding me? I'm fucking broke out here, dog. I don't have much money. But I take it into the potluck, and it was just a smorgasbord, dude. We had fucking, what are those things wrapped in seaweed with the spam and wasubi?
Yeah, something.
You know
like
what I mean?
I don't do that.
I mean, there was fried chicken, barbecue chicken. A lady walked in with a fucking turkey, fully stuffed.
Nice.
Like, my job throws potlucks all the time, right? So, like, you know, typically I skip them because I give a good walkthrough. You know, I'm one of those. You know, I'm going to bring like some $5.99 cookies.
Yeah.
To the establishment. This is my portion to the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the Friendsgiving or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm going to peruse and see if there's anything I like.
Yeah.
And typically it's pretty light. There's not much food going around.
Yeah.
So I don't really stick around. I'm like, I'm not going to eat that shit. Whatever. You know, drop off the cookies and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But today, for Black History Month,
you went all out with the panda.
Well, no, fuck my all out. I should have took a snapshot of this smorgasbord we had at work. It was great. It was one of the high points of my day.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, it was just
nice. Celebrate Black History Month, everyone.
Yeah, celebrate the white way. I mean the right way.
The white way.
right?
Totally.
I know. But you know, it's crazy. Did you hear that story about the lady? Fucking Charlemagne gave her Donkey of the Day because she was trying to recreate slavery for her students. It was a Brooklyn school, so it was mostly minorities. And she like had them lay on the floor, and she stood on their back.
Nah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he had some things to say about that.
I mean, I don't know the details, but that seems a little far.
He seems.
I think demonstration teaching like that is great though. Usually, but not like don't actually stand on their backs.
Right. No, like my thing, like the only thing I pulled from that, and you know, this is something that somebody else could disagree with me on, and that's fine too. But he said, Black history should be taught by blacks. And the only reason why I agree with him on that is because if you think about it, they're going to share with the students, right, some kind of like, they're going to be ginger about things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that's it
also applies to them or affects them.
Right. And it's something deeply seated in their hearts.
I get that, but I don't really agree. I mean, maybe in a perfect world, but it's like that.
But, okay, so if the teaching curriculum starts off with Black history and just goes back to American history and not Black history. Yeah. Not African history, right? And it just starts off with African American history, which someone else pointed out to me. Then they're going about it the right way by jumping straight into slavery, right?
Yeah,
which is pretty much teaching students that this one class of the human race was subjected to slavery. So let's implant in little kids' minds that are black that their great ancestors were slaves first. Let's leave them the inferior. Yeah. Let's give them the inferior complex, right? So that they know growing up, and not even that, all their classmates that are white sit around and gather that fact too. When do they start teaching black? When do they start having you color in Martin Luther King? Like, I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
It's like what? I think like 4th grade, 3rd grade.
Sounds
they make you know what I mean?
I think that's when you start actually tackling real history.
Right. So, but for them to show that part of history where pretty much saying like you as a race, you guys were inferior to white people. You were actually, what was it? In comparison to fucking like a horse or something like that.
They were beasts of burden.
Yeah, right. So like to show that first to a young child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also, wait a minute, the teacher that's teaching you this is a white lady who hasn't had the proper education about Africa. first, because Black history dates back way before like African Americans were here.
Yeah.
So like teaching that this is why I understood, because Charlamagne broke it down. Like you're not if your starting point is going to be that you guys are slaves, you fucked up. You know what I mean? So if a teacher who doesn't know, she's not racist, she loves all people, but this is what she was taught, and this is the curriculum she has to stand by, then that doesn't really bode well for African American history. You know what I mean? If we're gonna start it off, let's start off with, they were kings and queens in Africa and still are.
I don't like that statement though, because that makes it seem like everyone was a king and a queen. Like that's not how it was.
No. But
like
see,
it's an important distinction. Like there was kingdoms.
No, right.
Let's say there was kingdoms.
No, there were kings and queens. I'll say it how I want to say it. I'm not going to say
I know, but people say
people there were kings and queens. All I'm saying is the way it's taught and the way it's trickled down to our youth and up until when you're in high school. And I mean, it's pretty much programming, because from a certain grade on, it's African History Month, and they teach the same embedded slavery to begin the curriculum. By the time you're out of school, your complex is inferior anyway. You know what I mean? It's embedded in you to know that you know what I mean? Besides, you know what I'm saying, walking down the street and being profiled by a police officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're being taught this in school.
Yeah.
So my whole thing with that is, if it's going to be taught, probably be in your best interest to have somebody that's a little bit more,
Yeah, I think you should definitely, not just for Black history, but anything, you should try to definitely connect to the real living history as well, right?
Facts.
So even if you are a white teacher, I think you can teach Black history,
right?
But try to, if you can get speakers, if you can get guest speakers, things like,
right?
I think that is important. And back to the like demonstration thing, I think demonstration teaching is fantastic if it's done right and not in a, like, you can't actually mistreat the students.
Right.
Like I remember, in a history class, it was history class in high school. We came into the classroom one day and like the lights were off. All the desks were like made a trench around the room. And as soon as we came in, the teacher was like, get down, get in the trench. We had to like get in the trench like it was World War I.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was like, then we went through World War I and World War II. So like I will always remember like
that's,
it's not a real trench, but like that feeling like, oh, you have to get down in a trench, and it's
right.
So I think of trench warfare and all that. So demonstration teaching, but it's like it's a thin line, my friend.
But the reason the reason why I think it would be better for another like point to why Black should be teaching Black history to a certain extent. The reason why I'm saying this is because for all of the students to understand it, you know what I mean? And sympathize, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if, a little white kid is sitting in class and he sees his teacher point out, which this happened to me, right? This is why I probably will keep my kid, you know what I mean, as far away from, you know what I'm saying, like all the inferior talk. As long as I can, like through classes, I'll probably ask the teacher when I sign him up, like when you guys teaching this and when you guys teaching that? Okay, this is the week we're going to be gone, because I don't want him coming into him being taught inferior, right? You know what I mean? But the reason why is because when they were teaching it, and this is from when I was a young age, I remember having one classmate who was Black, right? And the teacher didn't pull two innocent bystanders out. She pulled the two Black kids up. Because since it's Black History Month, we're supposed to hold it in the highest regards, because this is for us, right? But we're put there smack dab in front of the classroom while she's talking about, slaves and Harriet Tubman and the Runaways, like, bringing up Frederick Douglass and like, you know, like it was more or less like she was trying to teach us rather than the class. And it was like, it made you feel like separated. It made me feel like a subject. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you know, not only did it like just pretty much pinpoint only 2 black kids in the class. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it like
that's like one of those like she is a she you said?
Yeah, but this happened numerous times though.
Yeah, well, like that it was like it's one of those things that Trevor Noah talked about recently. Like it's almost like you meant well, but like delay just a little bit. Yeah, Trevor Noah said that it was like one of those things where sometimes you're too woke. Like it was like the teacher might have tried to mean well, but it backfired completely.
I can completely understand with that, but the thing about it is if you've never...
And that's not an argument to you, that's just like a funny thought to me.
No, I dig it. No, I dig it.
Because I could see her just being like, oh, isn't this great? Like,
yeah, you guys are soaking this up, right? Yeah. But like I just can't shake, you know, how it was brought up to me. You know, I wasn't, and the thing about it is like the powerful figures in African American history, you know, there's a lot of them, but some of the strongest figures are left off the fucking block because they never abided to the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's literally in every culture though. It's just to us, it's more sensitive because, you know, Black America is just a sensitive, heavy topic for us. This is the thing, because this is the thing. There's two things about this, the way I feel about Black history in education. There's the systemic racism that's been around. Unfortunately, it's still prevalent, especially like in some of these southern states. Like they literally have changed the textbooks to make it seem like the slaves were just like workers. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like that's just so fucking over the top and insane. It's like ridiculous, right? But then there's this also another issue that should be rectified somehow, that even non-racist people, you know, whatever, liberals and all that, don't realize the history we're taught follows one lineage to where we are in Western culture now. Right? So it skips so much shit. It does. We don't learn about Southeast Asia history, right? Even though there was empires back in the day. Right. We don't learn about the Mideast empires except for like Mesopotamia and whatnot, because that led to, you know, eventually to the Roman Empire, which
well, part of that's the reason,
ancient Greece. So it's like
because they got to sway away from religion and shit. Yeah, and a lot of religion is wrapped up in that too. History,
so it's like the history we're taught follows one lineage through, right? So it bypasses a lot. It bypasses Africa. Right. It bypasses the Aborigines in Australia, right? Yeah. We don't learn shit about that. So I think there's a lot of reasons for that, and a lot of them aren't malicious, but they should be changed, where it's like, a lot of times in school too, there's just not enough time for the teachers. There's not enough resources for the teachers. There's, you know, those are things that we should touch on more. We should touch on, you know, the empires that didn't, basically, you know, they may have fizzled out, so they didn't jump.
They lost the war. They all died. They got wiped out. Yeah, the Moors. Or there was perfect example.
Yeah, or there was a famine or some shit.
Didn't they conquer like Italy?
Yeah,
they conquered all. The Moors were everywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't get on the train to where Western civilization is now, so they get bypassed. And I think, like, you know, we should be more aware of that. But I don't really hold that against teachers as much. You know, like
but I'm not holding it against teachers.
But some people do. You know, some people are like, oh, these fucking teachers, they're not teaching us right, and it's like,
right, but
they're following one lineage to.
It's based off of the curriculum that they're focused on. That they went to school for. Yeah. So if they went to school for Black history, best believe their standing points probably wouldn't be to start off with slaves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I'm saying that they're not well versed in what they're teaching, it's a fact. because
but like I said, I try not to blame the teachers for that.
Right, it's the curriculum.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's also like I said, part of it, not maliciously, is just the reality of where our society is and how it got there. Right. Bypasses a lot of people that unfairly don't get taught about, unless until you get to higher education, you start to branch out.
Right. That's when you start paying through the nose.
Yeah, that's when you find out, like, it's crazy when you get a little bit older and you find out like how huge China's empire was.
So here's my argument. Here's my gripe, though. All right, so not saying that it matters that we don't have Asian Ancestry Month or Mexico month or White Month, but maybe I'm diving a little too deep. But it kind of makes me think, like, damn, if all we have is African American History Month or Black History Month, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be the opportune time to teach the students, the black students, that they were oppressed? Yeah. Wouldn't that be, like, that's my only...
I think that depends on the school and the curriculum, because, I mean, I don't think that's...
all. No, it's probably not all, but if they have a standard textbook
in Alabama
point to start,
it's not
well,
happening.
yeah, but like a perfect textbook point to start at African American history is slavery in America. That's because they're African Americans. That's why. Yeah, like that doesn't add up to me. That just doesn't add up to me. It just seems opportunistic. It seems like it's an outdated ass fucking curriculum that's still taught to this day.
Well, I think that Black American history did unfortunately start with slavery, but we need to sort of what you're doing, dissect it and be like, all right, well, even though it did start there, maybe that's not how we should teach it, because it's detrimental to look at it that way.
Because
you know what I mean, and be like, because
that's still not where their history started. Because for the first blacks,
I'm saying Black Americans
in Africa.
I said Black Americans. That's where it started, unfortunately.
Only because we're not taught about the people that ruled parts of Africa.
I said Americans. I'm saying Americans. I'm saying with American history. I'm saying I get what you're saying. We have to look past that.
No. But see that kind of makes up the same fucking table that we're already sitting at, though. If it's like Black American. If you keep saying it, doesn't make it any different than the fact that their ancestors and their Black history does not start in America. So let's not teach
that's
Black.
Exactly what I just said.
That's not what you said.
That is what I said.
What'd you say?
I'm saying Black American history unfortunately started with the slave trade. But Black people's history did not start there, and it's detrimental to just put it out there like that with no context. That's what's happening with kids. Be like, oh yeah, this is how it happened. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
and I'm saying
I got you wrong. I thought you were saying like that's where it did start for Black Americans.
In American history, yes, that's how the slave trade is what brought majority of the Black people to the country, right? But that's not where Black history started. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like the curriculum, they just see it in this like very rigid way where it's like, okay, well, they came here. This is it. This is where we start, right?
It's because they only
and all they're given. And even though that's like the reality of the American story,
right?
We should realize it's detrimental to present it that way to kids who don't know any better,
right?
You know what I mean?
It's just like no, because it's for all children though, Black, white, Mexican, whatever.
Yeah,
you giving that first label of Black American history to white kids and Latino kids. And you know what I mean? Like that's their envision of blacks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it works in different ways too. As far as like white Americans, they get instilled this idea of like you're pioneers, you're cowboy, you're you know what I mean. You're doing all this great shit, like
right.
You know what I mean? And they like people today, like white Americans, still have this idea, like
right.
Oh,
I just don't think,
let me get my gun and protect my land.
Like you said though, I just don't think you should have to go pay, an arm and a leg for a true history of Africans. Or black, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should have to. I don't think you guys should have to. You don't have to pay. You could always go hit the fucking library.
Education should be reformed in a lot of ways.
But let's not skip the Moors. They fucking had the first like sewage system and fucking like showers, and I mean they
I thought that was Rome.
Rome stole that from the Moors. They're the ones who wiped the Moors out. So,
right.
And they created all kinds of.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, but that's what I'm saying. See, but we don't know because that's not what we're fucking taught. But
like I said though, we're taught where this society we're in right now. We're taught where that came from, like in this direct, rigid line. You know what I mean?
And that's just.
And if you're outside of that, you get passed over. I mean. I remember when it was it was almost like how Black History Month, they just put it, here it is, right? And then that's it. It was like that with like the Mayans and the Incas, whatever. We'd learn about it for like a week, and then that was the week we learned about that, and then that was it. You know what I mean? And everything needs to be reformed, and you got to remember, like, kids don't have the context to know a lot of these things. You know what I mean? So you can't, if you start things at a rigid line, like basically like black people didn't exist, then all of a sudden it was just slavery and here they are. You know what I mean? Like that can be detrimental to a kid that doesn't have the context of like, and doesn't have the knowledge of, the empires in Africa and the kingdoms in Africa.
Yeah. But I mean, if by chance, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were ever popular enough and a teacher did, listen to this one, like realistically, go fucking rent Roots, dude. Just rent Roots.
I mean, even isn't that kind of detrimental? Because it starts with slavery.
It is, but this is the thing. If you're going to teach slavery, like specifically for the lady that was standing on their backs, like you want to show what an oppressed slave is. You know what I'm saying? Like
instead of standing on their backs,
you know what I mean. You want to just show them on the physical nature. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just rent the movie and just show them that, just for future reference. Yeah. But whatever the case is, I don't know. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this. It's just like I
think it's something to feel strongly about. Like it's the thing is though. I think
it doesn't help society and our youth to learn that they were an oppressed people. Yeah, and that a snap of a light switch and they can be right back.
Yeah, this is my thing. Is like you should start with a broader context before you get to that, right? So like these people didn't just come out of thin air, right? Just slaves.
Before teaching the American history part of it, teach the African history part of it.
Yeah, at the very least, gloss over it. Like, right, it was a whole continent of empires. Yeah,
let's be proper. Yeah. Let's, you know what I mean?
That goes for everything. That goes for Asia. That goes for the Middle East. Like that. Right. I think it's important to cover. But the thing is, with Black Americans, it is a heavy, sensitive topic.
Like, how do they church up fucking Columbus and shit to these kids, dude?
That motherfucker
was he's more recognized as the fucking horrible person that he was. It seems
like it, right? Because we were still taught about Columbus.
Yeah, but we were taught, when I was taught about him, he was Indiana Jones. He discovered America. There weren't people here already. He was Indiana
Jones on a boat. Like.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much all, I mean, fucking, if you...
Yeah. I think, though, if I remember correctly, I think by the time I got to high school, they were kind of shifting things. Like, and I think I remember having a teacher, I think it might have been the same teacher that did the trenches thing, was sort of like, well, actually, Columbus wasn't the best guy.
No.
I think it was her that,
Yeah, but it's just, it's kind of like fluffing, you know what I mean?
White European history. They do that with everything. They do that with Manifest Destiny, like it was just these white people like, oh, we're going coast to coast. Never mind that there was all these natives from coast to coast.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was like,
It's
it was
weird.
a terrible thing. I mean,
it's weird. Sorry to get deep.
We did.
Sorry to get deep.
We did learn about like the Trail of Tears and all that. But still, history's crazy, man.
Yeah,
history's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. It's such a sensitive subject. It's such a heavy subject, and it's a subject that still has ramifications today.
Right.
And you can't.
Well, it's almost like teach. I mean, if you're gonna gloss over African history, gloss over fucking apartheid in South Africa and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like let's touch on some real topics. You know what I mean? You can go back that far, or you can, you know what I mean? Like, but let's don't sugarcoat fucking. You know what I mean?
Another example is like the British occupation of South Africa and like India. Like we learned about Gandhi. That was it. Where it was like, oh yeah, he didn't like that the British were there, and that was it. And like, it's like, all right, so why are the British there? Like,
Gandhi was only for Indian people, though. He didn't give a fuck about Africans.
Oh no, I don't like Gandhi. He didn't
give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying?
Gandhi was racist and might be a pedophile.
He's a pedophile.
Yeah,
he's fucking sleeping in the bed with fucking 5 different little girls and shit.
I was trying to go off on that tangent. Well, I'm trying to go off on that tangent.
People don't want to hear it, but they got to hear it. The facts are there.
I know, but I was trying to say, like, we didn't get any context of why the British were in India or why they were in South Africa. We would just hear, oh yeah, Nelson Mandela.
That's why they're still there to this day. It's the most rich, resource-filled fucking continent in the world.
Yeah, but we didn't get that context in the school. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's much the same. And there's so many white Americans that think just because black Americans on paper, on the books are completely equal, right? Like in the eyes of the law says everyone's equal at this point. Like as far as I know, there's no more laws on the books that are racist, right? They can be interpreted as racist. What law then? If you're looking at me like that, what law right now on the books?
Stop and frisk.
That's not it. That's gone, isn't it?
No, it's not gone.
I'm pretty sure that's gone.
It's fucking New York is fucking holding that flag high then. If it's gone, because they're stopping frisking in New York.
Okay, but and that was one like flare up. Okay, let's say federal law, there's no laws on the books, right? That say, because there might be some shit in Alabama, like I was saying. But I'm just saying federal.
Not laws, but hidden.
You're avoiding the whole point because you don't want to just.
Not laws, but hidden jewels. Like
this, like I said, they can be interpreted as racist.
Right.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying to the context of white people, especially on the books, we got rid of all the racist laws. So now on paper, we're all equal. Right?
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sure. So white people just think like, well, everything's equal now. It's even playing field. What are you upset about? And it's like 400 plus years of one people being oppressed with not little opportunity, no opportunity.
Right.
You couldn't walk around. You couldn't walk down the street.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
are they still teaching that the Jews built the pyramids in fucking school? Are they still teaching that?
I thought that was just the Bible.
Fuck, I think they teach that shit in school.
I was never taught that. I could be wrong, but I'm saying, yeah, white people think because on the books everything's equal, that 400 plus years of one group of people being oppressed, it can go away in a generation. Like that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So it's like it's such a heavy, sensitive subject. At this point, we need to overcorrect, right? To help Black America, right? To get equal footing, because it's not.
Yeah.
So, like, we need to overcorrect and be sensitive about those subjects when we teach them in
all
school.
The blue bloods must die. That's pretty much, dude. Pretty much, dude. Like, unless they passed on their wicked history, which they probably did, to their young kids who are in turn going to do the same things. I'm just saying, like, the rate of, African American business loans, you know what I'm saying, that are fucking not approved. You know what I mean? It's like society is built on the backs of fucking minorities and slaves, but it's not viewed like that.
Yeah.
It's not portrayed like that in our classrooms. It's not taught that. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know, man.
And I mean, even today, many Americans, and especially Black Americans, are not given the education that they should get to succeed in the world today. And especially like some of the, like we were saying, the southern states, they're not getting taught anything because it's so much easier to get votes with the uneducated populace. Yeah. And it's it's sad. It's just sad. It's just sad. People should, that's why I'm definitely on the, everyone should be able to go to college.
Free
I'm
education.
I'm on that Bernie train because it's like, that's the thing. You see other people that were oppressed too.
Right.
The Chinese, right? Not on as big of a scale.
No, they were.
But like
they were, but they were so oppressed that they like took it on the chin and just tried to emulate the white Europeans. That's pretty much what they did. Like they did the best job of emulating, so they were given more opportunities because they fully like through like in history like railroad. Yeah, like they
built the railroads.
Yeah, but they kind of like I don't know.
But the thing is, look, these countries that were heavily oppressed, Chinese people, and China was fucking demolished by Japan leading up to World War II.
Yeah.
Like atrocities, right? India was under British rule. All these things. The smart thing that they did was focus on education, right? So like India didn't do it with just firepower. You know what I mean? Like they invested in their education, and now they're getting all the tech jobs all over the world. You know what I mean? Are being filled with Indians because they were like, the most important thing is education. And I think this country we're slipping because we don't give people an education.
Well, how old is the curriculum, dude? I think it's fucking like I think what's being taught today was still being taught like in the 60s or something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I feel for all the well-meaning teachers out there who really want to
but they're the ones who go above and beyond and step outside of the box and actually but actually know their shit and what they're teaching, like know where they can shift. And like you said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like gloss over this area, you know what I mean? But move on to more, like
this is
high points.
Yeah, some things need context
history,
when you're teaching kids. Like you got to give them some context and not be like, oh yeah, black people weren't created to be slaves. They didn't start as slaves. Like,
Yeah,
that was just a fucking evil way we built this country. Was
not every person that's what I'm saying, like. You're running the mill Joe that's chilling, enjoying his cup of coffee, and because it's because it's Black History Month, you have to fucking just go out of your way for something like this. Doesn't it kind of goes overboard during Black History Month. People are kind of like overly friendly. It's not really in like a genuine manner. It's kind of fucking weird sometimes. But
it's like the Trevor Noah thing. Like sometimes people are too woke, where they're well-meaning. But they fucking dumb,
and you're like, you just made yourself look like a fucking idiot. But
like they'll point out the one black person in the room, and
or as teachers, you know what I mean, make them stand in front of the class, as you know what I'm saying, like just weird shit. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's to each his own. This is just my opinions. These are just the humble Finessors' opinions right now. None of this should be taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? No,
we're for the people.
No, no dinger bells or anything like that. No,
we're for the people here.
Right.
I guess where we at, man? We're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna put a bow on it. Yeah. Seal
signed, delivered. You guys enjoy your days out there. We'll be back with you shortly. Hope you don't miss us too much. Cheers.
Check out the YouTube if you haven't yet.
Yeah,
so you see our pretty faces.
Go on Facebook, Instagram,
see my scraped up elbow.
Give some comments. Check out the Something or Other tour.
Check out. So if you go to YouTube, there's also the other YouTube. So if you go to my my regular Dylan Sesco channel. There's some vlogs. There's some us talking shit to each other. Some fun stuff there.
Nice.
And I'm going to be putting up more vlogs and the Something or Other tour. New episode dropped today.
More content.
Alcatraz at night.
More content.
Mas contenido. You know, it's lit. All right, guys.
Cheers out there.
The humble Finessors on air with Abe and Dylan.
I didn't want to dive in too deep right there, but I think I got a little deeper than I was expecting to. I didn't mean to start going off like that, but I don't know. Some of that shit's fucking like only because fucking teachers did that shit. I swear, dude, it was awkward as